Hey, I come to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. This is a little different than some of the videos I've been posting, mostly about the chakras. But tonight, this wasn't really planned, but so many things. I was outside doing a little bit of yard work, and universe said, you know what, you need to do a fire ceremony. A fire ceremony doesn't necessarily have to be called a ceremony, right? People have been doing fires for years. So what I'd like to do first, I brought a lot of elements out here, which will, it helps to restore our natural energy frequency. And when we're like behind a computer all the time, or, behind a desk, it throws us off our natural energy field. So here's our fire, first and foremost. So what I'd like to do first is to go ahead and teach you about like letting go, right? Fire was our first shaman. And so write whatever you want on a piece of paper and put it into the fire. Let it go. I had been kind of struggling myself with some physical, and then, when you're not feeling well physically, sometimes it causes you to shift a little bit and maybe not be in a good space. So the universe says, use your tools. And there's so many tools. This is one of them. And I'm out here barefoot, like I told you, so we connect to Mother Earth and we restore our natural energy field. And so what I'm going to do is sit here, and you guys can see me, but I'm going to go ahead and say a little prayer, and just, go ahead and let go. And I wrote it on a piece of tree bark so I can actually give back to Mother Earth, right? So I'm going to do that before our fire may go out, and that's okay if it does, because I'm still out here in nature and connecting to the earth. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there and let it go, right? And at the same time, I'm also saying a prayer to everyone in the world, because we're all going through something, right? We're all feeling it, because if we're all connected, we are all feeling this on some level. And so I just want to take a few minutes and say a prayer for everyone who's going through something right now. And so the other elements we bring, or you can bring, are sage. Tobacco is very spiritual as well. So I have two types of sage, which is white sage and Palo Santos, which is a holy wood and is found mostly in Peru. So I'm going to go ahead and say a blessing with that, and that'll also help raise the vibration and clear some negative energy. So what I do is just put it on the outside, right? Because then you can smell the essence of it. And then in shamanism, we use a rattle. And what that does is just gets us in that meditative space, right? There's other ways of getting there. I mean, just meditating in itself, but just sitting in nature and actually sitting, you're grounding yourself. So it's a very healing experience in itself. You just automatically start to feel better. And then what I do, you can add the element of drumming. Our heartbeat was actually the first drum, right? Lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. And so if you can kind of, do that while you're out here by your fire, and it's good to be around with other people, right? Little drumming circles. It helps raise the vibration, right? Lub. People involved, and they're out here also with their drums or their musical instruments, right? Every instrument has a frequency. I want you guys to really experience the fire as well while I'm doing this. I don't know if I can get it both in, but you kind of get the idea, right? And so this was a buffalo drum made here in the U.S. From somebody that I know. And, you know, they're all over, but do your research on that if you want to start drumming. These come in different sizes, so it'll give you a different tone, right? This is an African drum, which I love too. So you can kind of, whatever you're feeling, right? So you could kind of hold it right there and also, it's almost a full moon, so it's a perfect time for letting go, right? Letting go of all the negativity. Because empaths, it's really easy to pick up on everybody else's stuff, right? But you have to remind yourself, it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine. Take it to the fire, take it to the fire, take it to the fire. You know, let go of it. However you let go of things, sometimes you can say mentally, oh, I'm going to let go of that, or I'm going to be in a better mood, or I'm going to be in a positive space. But it takes more than that. First of all, it's our thoughts. Our thoughts become our reality, but at the same time, we need to let things go on an energetic level. And sometimes you need other people to help you do that, whether it be, you know, having those hard conversations with people about telling them where you really are, you know, mentally, right? I mean, it's okay not to be okay, but call somebody, call that person that can get you out of that thought process, and then tells you, you know what to do, use your tools. So what I'm going to do for a few minutes is just tap in and also just send positive energy to the world, right? It's a domino effect. I send it to somebody, they send it to somebody else. I can start to smell that sage. It's beautiful. It's just like so uplifting. So close your eyes for a minute and just tap in and just listen to the rattle. I'd sing, but I only know a few songs. But sometimes I will, I'm recording right now, but I will use my phone and like do Reiki meditation music while I'm doing this, or tap into tribal music. I listen to like the Blackfoot tribal music just because I'm part of that culture, part of that tribe, through my dad and his mother. But I also learned the indigenous cultures and indigenous ways of the Peruvian shamans, which is really part of what I'm doing right now. So, all right, I'm going to put down the rattle, and then I'm going to do the drum, and I want you guys to close your eyes and just let go. Let go while I drum for a few minutes. Some deep breaths. Physical pain you might be holding on to. it go. It's a full moon. Let it go. Deep breaths. Walk out of the suffering. the fire, and also see if I can find something to stoke it a little bit. There's an art to making a fire as well. You have to really like build it in different layers. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to sign off for now. And, you know, before I leave, I always send love and light to everyone in the world. Thank you for joining me. Till the next time. Bye-bye.